No,
city
you
channel.
didn't. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Okay. In an effort to be more transparent, we're getting all of our boards and commission meetings on our YouTube channel.
I
You can
hate
watch
that word.
Transparent. Okay. I'll look up a synonym for transparent. Okay, so we are live streaming. I think because it's 7:01, I'm gonna go ahead and record it. And whenever you're ready, Carmen.
Okay, we can call this to order then. It's 7:01 on June 7th for the Veterans Commission meeting. If we want to stand, we can do Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the
of the United States of America
and to
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kelly, would you like to do roll call?
Sure. I'm unmuted here. Okay. Commissioner Hilt.
He's muted.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Here.
Yeah, I did see him come in. I think I might have muted him because there was some noise in the background. Okay, Commissioner Daughtry, you said here. Commissioner Tadgett.
Here.
Commissioner Hayden. Commissioner Pincus.
Here.
Commissioner McLarnon.
Here.
Commissioner McCurdy.
Here.
Commissioner Welch.
Here.
Commissioner Frederick.
Here.
Commissioner Rasmussen.
Here.
And Commissioner Ives.
Here.
Great. So I think we're just missing Commissioner Hayden.
Okay. Is a motion to approve the absence? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yep, I'll make that motion.
I'll
second it.
Kurt.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
All in favor, say aye.
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 I even have my notes on what I'm supposed to say and when. Okay.
So what you need, Carmen, is a note to tell you to read your notes.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
That's what I have.
Okay. So, all right, we can open up to any public comments.
I do not show anybody in the waiting room besides us.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, should we move on to approving last month's minutes?
I move to approve last
Yeah.
month's minutes.
Second.
Before you call for it, I just want to make one quick note. My error, I think at the very beginning of the meeting minutes, I didn't note that Commissioner Tadgett was there. So I just need to go ahead and make sure his name's up at the top as being present for the meeting. And so that was just a typo error on my part, so I'll make that change.
My motion stands.
A second stands.
Okay. Hold on. All right, everybody for?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Okay, motion is passed. Okay, discussion item 1, newsletter.
Great. Couple things I just wanted to cover on this. Hopefully folks are taking a look at it. The main thing was the article on the resource center. I've got to send that to them for their management team to sign off on it. So I wanted to make sure that we were good with it before I do that. So I guess let me pause to see if there's anyone, if anyone saw anything they want changed in that, or they found objectionable or missing, or.
This is Kurt. I love how it features veteran-owned businesses right there at the bottom of the newsletter. That's great.
On the business recognition part?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. Thanks. That's a good segue. I'm a little lean and on some of the people we were hoping to get. So thanks, Carmen, for the feedback you gave. I think right now we've got, yeah, if you could pause it there. If we've got the Dr. Steinhubble, and actually his wife also has a place in Everett, so we could kind of do a double there. And then Kim and Marcus, I'm hoping I can get with you guys offline, and also you, Carmen, and just float the words by you that we'd write up and do all three of you guys as well.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Yep, well, I'll get mine written up for you and a picture.
Yeah, great. If you want to do that, that would be cool. Or if you want me, I'm happy to contact you, whatever's easiest for you guys. But maybe in the next week, I'll reach out to you. If I don't hear from you guys, I'll reach out to you and we'll get some words in there.
Okay.
Do you want, let's see, when it went full screen, I lost my notes here. So let me,
Oh,
let me
I can
just,
stop
no, you're
sharing.
good. No, I just
Okay.
put the video away for a second.
Okay.
Okay, so the other thing I had on business recognition is I've contacted the printer, and thanks, Gail. I understand what we need to do for frames, but I want to just run it by folks. So is everyone okay with me just spending the money and getting reimbursed, or how are we planning to pay for the cost of this stuff? It's not a lot, but I guess we should talk about it.
The easiest way to do it is for you to pay for it and get reimbursed through the city out of that account. That's the easiest method, and it's clean. You just show a receipt to, well, I don't know if it's Barb now, or the city clerk. The city clerk will take care of it, or the front
Or you can
desk is
just
what I mean.
invoice it. When I used whatever, we just invoiced it.
Yeah, just send it to Kira at the front desk. They'll take care of it. And then that's the cleanest way to do it. And I don't mind you doing that. I mean, I have no problem with that. I don't know about everybody else, but I don't.
I don't.
Okay, great. That works for me. I just wanted to make sure I asked first before doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, and Kevin, you can always come through me as well.
Yeah, I'll probably give you a call just to make sure I've got it right. But if they'll invoice us, that sounds simple. If they've already got an account with the city, I can do that. And then just picking up the frames is something I can do at Michael's and get reimbursed for. So
Okay.
all good there. Yeah, if you could leave it right here for a
Okay.
second. I'm going to do this on the signs. I guess while we're going through this, I'll give an update on some of these projects. I don't think we've got any more signs out there, so I guess we'll have to stir the pot a little more, but this is good enough for the newsletter. If you can go to the next page, Kelly, I think I'd like to talk about, oh, sorry, one more page.
Okay.
The coffee clatch and the job fair. Can we take a minute? I think we probably want to do these things in person now, but maybe I thought we could talk about it.
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to do them in person in July. I don't think we can't do it in June, but we could do it in July. I've already canceled the one for June anyway, because we already had that canceled last month. We could start them up in July with no problem. For the coffee clutch, the job fair would probably be able to go in September, October-ish, I think. I was at an event a couple of days ago with the mayor, and we met a guy from Amazon, and he is very excited about our job fair.
Yay.
So
Good.
and I just got to get with Brett, and I can't remember his name. I didn't write it down. So hopefully Brett is much better at that than I am. So hopefully he remembers who it was.
Kim, I remember who it was. I can get you their contact.
Oh, that's right. You were there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to get that taken care of. And he has, I believe he said he had the ability to reach out to others in other organizations to be able to get us some really good people for the job fair.
So
And
you
so,
can, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
no,
Ken.
go ahead, Kevin.
I was just going to say, you can see what's written there now. It's kind of vague. I guess my ask would be on from the newsletter point of view. We would have one more newsletter going out. The next one would be like September, right? I think end of September for the 3 following months. So from a newsletter point of view, we want to think about what do we want? Do we want to say anything more than this? And we have basically the month of June to pull this together is what I'm proposing to people.
Well, we got part of July to pull it together too. So what I would propose, if we're going to try to pull this off in October, that would have been, let's see, the third Saturday, right? The 23rd?
Sounds about right.
No, that wouldn't be right. The 16th. It would be the 16th of October, because October 2nd is actually the Saturday, so it would be the 16th, unless we wanted to just say the 23rd. I'd have to check with Dawn and see what we had it reserved for. But we can either set it up for the 16th or the 23rd and just, get this thing going. I'm ready to go. So let's, make as many contacts as we can. The biggest deal is to get it out to the veterans.
Right.
And just flood the airwaves with the job fair and see what we get. If we don't do that, we might as well not do anything. I mean,
at the very least in this newsletter, we need at least a save the date.
Right.
Kind of at least get that going.
So
What
do we
about-
want to, is this back on, I'm agreeing with you. I think we want to say something about the job fair is going to be blah in October or either the 16th or the 23rd or however definitive we want to make it, right?
I just looked it up and it would be the 16th, which may be a problem now that I think about it.
We don't have to solve it tonight, but maybe, Kim, I think you and Carmen were taking point on this when we started. I don't know if that's still fair but if it is, could you guys maybe, think about what we'd want to commit to in this newsletter and then just sort it out and we can get the words right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to, let me check with Dawn, or maybe Kelly can check with Dawn and see if the 16th is available or maybe the 23rd is available. I can tell you from my calendar right now, the 23rd would be better because I believe the chamber has reserved it for the 16th for their auction. Don't know that for a fact, but it is a placeholder on the calendar. So we might want to go with the 23rd just to see if we can get it for that day, because it's going to be an all-day affair. We can still do the coffee clutch on the 16th if we decide to go back to trying to do that. And I don't have a problem doing that either.
Okay, so I'll plan on there's going to be an update for this, and I'll reach out to you guys to for the wording as we get a little closer. On the coffee clutch, I just wanted to check. It says 7:30 to 9:30, but I think originally we're going to have some setup time, and then have the coffee clutch be like at 8 or 8:30. Or what's the thought? And when do we advertise people coming if they're coming to the mill?
Well, I don't think people are going to want to be there for 2 hours anyway. So I think if we set up at 7:30 and advertise the 8 to 9:30, I think we'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other people on here, and I'm not hearing any other opinions. It's always me.
I've actually been waiting for an opportunity to go 90 degrees in a completely different direction. So.
Oh, okay.
I also want to ask a question, but it's not with what you're doing.
So is anyone got thoughts on the coffee clutch?
No, I think so. 7:30 so far hasn't worked out, but that's in the virtual setting. We're talking about coffee. There's not a whole lot of setup here. Mm-hmm. Right. There's a pot, there's some water, some ground, some electricity. Voila, you got coffee.
Well, if we use one of the 60 cuppers, we got to, that takes about half an hour to brew. So
yeah,
we do need to be thinking at least a half hour ahead.
But I mean, if we plan to set up at 7:30, like you said, go advertise the 8 to 9, plan for an hour. That's a good enough time. And if it runs over, then we know who's helping with the teardown. Everybody that's still there drinking coffee.
That's right.
We all know the rules. You know what happens when you stay late.
Just don't advertise that so we can have some help.
Exactly.
So,
Okay, so I heard it.
can we get these reserved then for the mill for actual in-person?
Yeah, the mill's already reserved.
It is for these. Okay.
Yeah. The only time that we wouldn't have the mill is if somebody else rents it, because we're not renting it. And I made a deal with the city of, if somebody wants it that early in the morning, then they're welcome to it. And we'll go to the senior center. We just need to know ahead of time to be able to get the senior center. So no matter what, we can have the coffee clutch on that day. We've got 2 places to go.
Question on that. Do you think it might be better attended if it was at the senior center?
I
like
think
the
so.
mill as an idea. It's kind of new and exciting.
I like the mill too, because it's close to you and I, so.
I think if you do the senior center, it's great for that age group. But I think if you're trying to get younger people in, they're going to see it's at the senior center and think that it's for that age group instead of all. Even if you write it as all, I think it just gets something will get overlooked or lost or misinterpreted.
Well, the good thing about the senior center is they have a coffee pot already and a kitchen, so that might be good. But I kind of agree with what you're saying. I like the mill. We can get it set up. It's not a big deal.
All right, so we'll set up at 7:30. Actively have people in, hopefully open from 8 to 9, and then whoever's left over cleans up.
Got it. And I guess the other thing I had on the newsletter that I wanted feedback on was, is there anything else? Is there anything that anyone wants to add that is not in the newsletter that we would want in the newsletter?
So very early, but it's kind of timely. It's actually more new business than anything else. Mayor Gailey was contacted by Mike Callahan, who's the district manager for Starbucks. And he was kind of wanting to have a conversation about possibly being able to do something with the veterans related to their Summer of Community and Kindness initiative this year. So I've been trying to get in touch with him. I sent an email, but the email was returned. So tomorrow I'll try to give him a phone call and kind of get some ideas from him on what he has in mind. And I can work with Kelly to get that information forwarded back out to this group. So Kevin, I may have something for you in short term.
Great.
But that's kind of what I was waiting to share.
Super. I'll reserve space. Obviously, we'll make it fit if there's something there.
Can I ask just a clarifying question? Am I hearing that you're going to commit to a coffee clutch in July in person in this newsletter? Okay.
Yes. July, August, September, coffee clutch is October, job fair. Coffee clutch and then job fair.
Okay.
Great. I think that, and I guess on timing, I'll turn this around and get something back out, by I want to say the middle of the month. So let's say in a week or so for everyone to look at. I guess I want feedback now from you guys on whether you want us to publish at the end of the month so it's in people's hands, or whether we want to have another meeting to review it.
Publish.
Great. Thank you.
Or should we motion?
Aye.
Yes.
That's all I had on the newsletter. Thank you. Back to you, Carmen.
Good job, Kevin. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really
Thank
like
you.
the calendar dates on here of important events. That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, I need to thank Debbie for that. I meant to do that. Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome. I'm gonna try to do that quarterly for you, so you've got one.
Okay. All right. Moving on to number 2, then commission report to city council.
Yeah, we need, we've talked about this for the past couple of months to make sure we can get it done. We need to have a we need to have a commission report to the council. What that entails is basically, okay, you know, we've been in being since 2017. We have never made a report to the council. We really haven't done much in 2 years, but you know, and nobody really has except for the Planning Commission and maybe the Parks Commission. But other than that, we still need to let them know we're there, get back on their radar, besides the 3 of us that are here, and do a formal report. And then maybe later on, maybe next year, we have our sit down for a work plan with the council so that they can formalize our work plan. We can basically tell them what our work plan is in our case. A lot of the cases, it's not done that way because it's driven by other things happening, like comprehensive plans and things like that. But we're almost autonomous, but we are a city commission. And so we want to get a report together, Carmen, and we want to have you present it during the public portion of the meeting, or what do they call it? Guest business portion of the meeting. And you're just going to be basically doing a 5-minute report to the council on what we've done, where you think we're going, and some of these great things that we just discussed, like the coffee clutches, the job fair. We got the Purple City done. We're recognizing veteran-owned businesses, those kinds of things.
Okay.
It's pretty simple in reality because we don't really have that much to report out, but it would be nice for you to list who the members are, just so they know, because we have had a few changes that they don't really know about other than they said, yeah, go ahead. I don't think they've actually met Debbie yet at a council meeting, or maybe even Dennis, I'm not sure, maybe even Vern. So I don't know that we actually had them brought in at a council meeting to be recognized. I don't remember. Do you, Marcus or Sean, do you remember if we did that?
I don't think we have. It's no. And I think it's good just to get in front of the council.
Yeah, I got to come in.
Oh yeah, Vern
before
got
all
to
this
come in.
shut down.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's what it's all about. I think we wanted to set it up for the 22nd this month, right? Kelly, the last meeting that we have this summer.
June 22nd, or Carmen, it would be June 22nd or July 13th. Those are going to be our last 2 regular meetings before break.
Oh, okay. July 13th. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just let you know, we are going to have the Youth Advisory Council recognized on the 22nd. That's another short one in reality, but we're going to have all of them there, and that is virtual. So we could do this virtual, where everybody that's here on this call tonight, plus the people that are missing, would be there and be brought in and recognized as, okay, here they are. And we're going to be doing the same thing with the Youth Advisory Council. So if you want to take it off to July 13th, then that would be great. Also, it doesn't matter to me, but we need to do it before we break for summer break.
Okay. I'm looked on my calendar. I'm fine. Either of those dates are fine for me. If we do it in July, is it an option to do it in person versus Zoom, or is that not happening right now?
That's the option. We're not totally sure, but we think we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would prefer personally, I would not want to do Zoom for that. I'd like to be there in person if I can.
Okay.
But if it doesn't work for other people that we want to bring in and introduce, then I can do Zoom. That's my preference, but I'm fine either way. So,
or we're probably still going to have a hybrid system where we're going to have people being able to be there, but
okay.
also zooming in. So however that's going to work out, we really don't know at this point.
Okay.
So you would rather do it July 13th?
If that means I can do it in person, yeah, I'd like to do that. If I can do it in person on the 22nd, I can swing in on the 22nd and do it with that one too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're planning on being in person for the 22nd.
No, we're not.
Yeah, so.
No, we're not.
Tim, do you think July 13th is too late to do that?
No, I think that doing it before the break is good.
Okay.
As long as we have it before the break, I think we're better off than waiting till after the break. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
And Carmen, we kind of drafted I guess we wrote the report. Everyone looked at it last time, and
okay.
We thought you would be the perfect one to present it.
Sure.
Do you need that again, Carmen? Have you seen that?
I did see it. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And you can certainly personalize it to you. I mean,
okay. Sounds good. All right. So July 13th, I'm good.
all right, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow morning at our executive meeting, so we'll have it codified on the agenda.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else on commission report? Any other thoughts? Okay. Number 3, recognizing veteran businesses at the city council.
So I guess I can kick off a little bit here. And there were 2 other that I was hoping to be able to finish, but I haven't been able to get feedback from the businesses. So Carmen gave us a list, and that's what we've been working off of. At this point, it's really the 3 people on this call plus the dentist that I've confirmed that, you know, they're willing to be recognized. So got to just get the stuff printed up, and then we can schedule it, I guess.
Okay, so would these be presented during the city council meeting on the 13th, or I might be missing something?
Well, we could certainly do that. If they're ready, we could do it.
Okay, it just said on the number 3, it just says recognize veteran businesses at city council. And so I was wondering if there's something in particular that meant other than just putting it in the newsletter or.
Yeah, in particular, they come to a city council meeting, and get recognized by the council and the mayor, and they stand up and receive their letter. Nice. And we clap, and they go through the gauntlet.
Okay.
And Carmen, how neat if you're already there giving a Veterans Commission report to also be there when they're getting that recognition.
Yeah.
So do the recognition right after your report.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
And if anyone has any other business names, I think there were some sort of kicked around in discussion, but I didn't catch it. So feel free to email me, and we have time to get more people for July 13th. I mean, I think we're good there.
Okay.
Kevin, just talk to me before you reprint a certificate for task properties. I'm pretty sure it's like somewhere in my garage with the original Purple Heart certificate and a bunch of other stuff that I need to turn over.
No, that's no good. You're going to have to reprint it. Did we use that for a dartboard the other day?
I think it was tomatoes. Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. All right, whatever.
He's not even saying anything.
What do you say to that? I don't even know what you say to that.
It's giving you a bad time, Marcus. You're my buddy.
Okay, because
you're my buddy.
We made a paper airplane out of yours.
Yeah, I know. And we can't find it. I don't think it ever landed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so moving on to new business. Yes.
Is it likely in the near future that we will have a place for the VSO to meet up with veterans?
Is that the Community Resource Center?
Yeah, we'd have to check with them to see if they have a place to do that.
Oh, I thought, Gil, you were saying it. When I talked with, now I just blanked on her name. This is great for being a live meeting. But the director of the Lake Stevens site said we can definitely use their facility for the VSO. So we just have to reach out to her, Gail.
Okay, are there offices there that we can close the door on?
She said we could use her office if we can't find something else. So it's probably a case of we can sync up with her and you can go scope it out.
Okay. I just need to give Jeannie some advance notice so she can sort of clear her schedule. And I didn't know if the meetings were in person yet or not. Does anybody know? Okay.
Depends on when you start. I mean, if you start after June 30th, then we're probably okay. We
Okay.
don't know until then, but probably.
Okay,
Right.
I'll attempt to find her because she's frequently doing appeals in court, but she's working on the 3 that I got through the city. So,
And if you look on if you have the draft newsletter, the article, it's Tina Mandela is the person we'd want to contact, and her phone number's in that article, Gail.
okay.
And she did say, we talked about what things we might like to partner with, and she was very, very accommodating to saying that she'd help us out with the VSO, for sure.
Okay,
Do
thanks.
we have one VSO? Is there one?
Say again?
Do we have one VSO?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
And she's exceptionally good at what she does.
Thank you.
Sure. I mean, I think Vern and I were, but we weren't recertified in November, so I don't know if we are now or not.
It's supposed to be a recert every year.
Exactly.
So I'd say no until we figure out what they're doing in department and
Right.
talk with them.
I have one small thing. I don't know if you know or not, but we can choose the Veterans Foundation with Amazon Smile. I might be able to single-handedly fund the program, but I did switch my Amazon Smile from another local to the foundation. So I don't know if that's something we want to get out maybe on the Facebook page or something like that. Just let people know that there's options for local.
Yeah, actually, I just signed up for Smiles and saw that. I saw it was there, so that was pretty cool.
I'm totally ignorant of this, but what is it?
Amazon Smiles is a program that Amazon does where when you buy something, if you go through Amazon/Smiles instead of just going to Amazon, you can pick a group to contribute money to. You are not giving any money. You pay for your thing and Amazon gives them a certain percentage back to whoever you chose. I get that right, Debbie?
Yes, you did. You did. You just have to make sure, because sometimes, well, at least for me, sometimes I'm not on the Smile site. I'm on the regular Amazon. So when I purchase something, it doesn't go towards whomever. So if you make sure that you're on the Smile site, you can actually see, and if we wanted to post it like on Facebook or something, I could even, mock up a little page that shows where to find it so that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, this morning I went to go to Amazon to order something, and it actually popped up and says, "Are you sure you don't want to go to Amazon Smiles?"
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, this is a foundation question. Does anyone do you guys have an issue if I could make Debbie a administrator so she could be posting this stuff and
on the foundation? On the foundation? No.
Yeah, on the Facebook page.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. Okay.
We can have everybody on there as far as I'm concerned.
I just didn't feel like I should make administrative decisions, without asking the board.
Wait a minute, are you an administrator on the site?
Yeah, I was made one.
Then you can make administrative decisions.
All right. Thank you.
Do you want to add that link into the newsletter then?
Yeah, we should put a little article on Amazon Smiles on there and on the newsletter for the Veterans Foundation. That'd be great. Debbie, can you write that up? Because you seem to be a little bit better prepared for that than I am.
Yeah, I can do that.
My only thought, is that a kind of a crossover with the commission and the foundation? Or no, not really? Because
Not really on the news, not letter on the newsletter, I don't think.
Okay. Because the newsletter's the latest.
I don't know. What does everybody else think about that?
I kind of had the same question, but.
I mean, we have we have listings for other organizations on the newsletter. So first thought would be, why would this be any different?
That's
right.
true.
If we frame it that it's the foundation making a pitch versus the commission making a pitch, I would think it would be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
maybe you don't make a pitch at all in the newsletter and you simply direct people to you just announce that there is a foundation, what its purpose is, and you can just simply include a link to the Facebook page and everything is there. And then you didn't make a pitch to support the foundation.
Yeah, and I can put it on the website too, foundational website.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's a list of resources, right? It can be one of the resources.
Right. So Deb, think about a few words and we can get together and we would just be, re-announcing the foundation under the resources, other links kind of section, maybe with a few words.
Okay, sounds good.
So I think I better call the foundation and get them on the off the dime too. So maybe they could meet and get going. Oh, 3 of us are here. Look at that.
Who are you calling?
Samara, she's not here.
I had another thing for new business I wanted to discuss, and Sean, this really comes to you, I think, is I know there's a push now to do mobile pop-up clinics for vaccinations, and I was wondering if there's something happening in Lake Stevens already, or if there wasn't, how we might go about. Would we be interested in the Veterans Commission of trying to get some kind of a clinic to coincide with either the farmers market or events or something like that? And how would we go about it if we wanted to?
So how we would go about it is really easy. It's kind of funny that you asked this question right now, because the person whose finger is closest to the pulse of actually coordinating all of the mobile clinics is actually Samara. That's kind of what she's doing on a daily basis at this point. But we would reach out through all of the vaccine clinics are being coordinated through the Snohomish County Vaccine Task Force, which is operating out of the ECC. So we would simply contact the ECC and say that we were interested. There's very simply an application page that you fill out. It asks for some basic information. Where would this clinic be located? How many parking spots are there? Kind of what the setup would be. What's your ability to get a specific number of people to show up so that vaccine and resources can be planned for. And then it really comes down to scheduling in a date when those resources are available and having the clinic. I actually participated in a clinic on Sunday that was held at a local house of worship. But they are happening in multiple sites around the county every day this week. So it's certainly something we could do. The challenge there is going to be getting the numbers to the location.
How has that been? Has there been good reception at those, or?
It's been a mix. They have ranged anywhere from, we went somewhere where we were expecting several hundred and we had 6 to where we've gone expecting to make 100. Do 100 shots and had to make several trips back to the health district to get additional vaccine. So it truly has been a mix. It really comes down to the ability to coordinate that. The reason why having some knowledge of how many people are going to be there is really important, because there are pretty strict storage and refrigeration guidelines for the vaccine. Once we pull doses out of the freezer, we kind of have a requirement to use those within specific timeframes. So, it's something that has to be managed carefully. But certainly something we can do.
Thank you.
A couple challenges with doing it at the farmers market is there's no parking. We wouldn't be able to verify how many people we're going to have there for the vaccines. Most of them are there for the farmers market. I mean, it's a great idea, but we're actually going to be from now on closing Main Street, almost like an Aquafest for the farmers market.
Oh,
because of the traffic issues we had last week. So I'm not, I mean, that's a great idea to have it for that. I think it might be better to try to set it up for a different time frame, not during the farmers. I know it was just an example.
Yeah,
Kevin.
it
I'm
was-
not saying anything other than that, but
Right.
as an example, that probably doesn't work, but there may be something else we could do. I think time is of the essence though, too, isn't it? Don't we just need to actually do this pretty quickly? I know vaccines are going to go on for quite a while, but what do you think the horizon of that is, Sean?
I think the horizon for mobile clinics is probably 8 to 10 weeks tops. You know, the amount of participation in vaccine sites is down dramatically from the peak, where our mass vax were doing several thousand a day. So if I were to try to establish something, I would say that we as a group would probably need to partner with someone else where there is a high degree of interest. And I would suggest that the Veterans Commission partner either with a House of Faith or with local schools where there's going to be high demand for vaccine for eligible youth. And we partner to coordinate a clinic in that regard.
What about Life Point Church?
I don't know. I don't have a personal relationship with them. It's a large church.
They're the ones that, and they put on the veterans thing that 2 summers ago.
They did. So that would be an opportunity if we could reach out to them if they haven't already done one. I mean, we know that that is a very active body. So, I mean, we could certainly contact them and see if they might be interested in partnering in that regard.
All right, I'll do the work.
I'm wondering about not all the elderly, but the elderly vets that can't go anywhere. There's a way we can get a van and bring them in if they're interested.
Yeah, there is a way we could do that.
Okay.
We could use a senior center bus and stuff to get them there.
I knew that.
So there's already been a program in place that firefighters have been going around taking care of homebound individuals. So that's already something active. If we know that there are people that are interested that aren't able to do that, that's certainly something that we could help facilitate through the vaccine activities as well.
I have access to a van as well if we needed to go pick people up.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of Life Point Church and the Senior Center and find out some different variations on that theme, and reach out to Life Point and find out if they want to even do one. And then we could try to get through. Again, we're at the same point of trying to get a hold of veterans, but there's got to be some ways of doing that.
Well, I know the Legion can go out to their members and see who isn't and wants to be. Can't we, Vern?
Right.
I would suggest whatever we are trying to accomplish, we probably want to have that buttoned up and executed before the end of July.
And from just, Sean, your experience or what other people are doing, I mean, is it best to try to piggyback off of something that's happening? Like, I don't know what's happening July 4th, or I would think if you get people coming to a place, you're more likely to pick up people.
That's not necessarily true. And I don't specifically want to call out individual events, but there was a fairly popular event where there was a vaccine clinic and it yielded very few, in fact, single-digit numbers of vaccines. And we're talking about a venue where there are theoretically hundreds of people in attendance.
But I'm kind of wondering if the people that were in attendance had already been vaccinated.
That's one of the risks that you run with partnering with a standing venue or an event, is that there may be large numbers of people there, but there's also a significant portion of our population, upwards of 62% right now, that have already received at least one dose of vaccine. and in many cases, they've received both those, are fully vaccinated. So there are pluses and minuses to both a standalone event or coordinating that event with something else that's already going on.
I just wonder if this is good for us to be involved with this. We have a hard enough time getting people to show up for coffee, let alone a vaccine. I wonder if this is really in our wheelhouse. Sean, I'll take your opinions on it, but I just don't know what progress I mean, if the goal is we get one person and we're happy, great. But if the goal is to get a bunch, I just don't know that we're going to get that.
I was just answering the question.
So would we open this up to like military spouses? Because I have seen recently in the spouses group, people asking where they can get their second dose, where they can do this, where things related to the vaccine. So it wouldn't be veterans, but it would be spouses. Would that be fine? If there was enough need, I could do a poll ahead of time to find out how many people, so we have kind of an idea. Would that be helpful or not really?
I believe that everything we do includes military spouses.
And I would think in this case where it's so hard to get people that it would be open to everyone. I mean, we try to get veterans to come, but it would be anyone who wants a vaccine, I would think.
Okay.
Right.
And it would also be dose dependent. If they've already had one dose, but they had the Moderna, then they'd have to go somewhere that had that, if that was not the one that we were providing at the time.
Right.
Okay. Do we know what we would be providing? Is it Pfizer that we have?
Most of the mobile clinics have been using Pfizer because it has the broadest use.
Okay.
And it also has a shorter second dose turnaround time.
Right. So it's the only one approved for kids under 18 right now.
Yes.
Okay. And then just for my own knowledge, I guess, do you know what the shelf life is once you take that out of the cooler, how much time there is? Like maybe that would help with planning things too, because if it's like you've got 2 hours to use it and it's done, that's a pretty short window. We would need to know. We'd have to coordinate quite a bit to get that to work out well, versus if it's like 8 hours or something. So
well, you wouldn't have to worry about that detailing coordination. For the people that are willing to host, the expectation is the number of participants.
Okay.
The vaccine task force manages all of the handling of the vaccine.
Okay. Well, I'll put a feeler out in the spouses group and see how many people would be interested. And then just say like we'd want to do it by mid-July.
At the latest.
At the latest. Okay, so sooner rather than okay. So I'll put a feeler out there. I'll just email everybody and let you know what numbers I came up with out of that, and we can kind of go from there.
Kelly, are you going to talk about the thing Samara sent out, or is someone going to talk about that?
That's a good question. Just really quick though, Carmen, send that to me and then I will send it out to the group. So we're not getting into quorum issues. No, I wasn't. she had asked me to forward that on. She must have had something come up and she's not here. So I think maybe we're just gonna wait on that, or it's up to the group.
Well, I'll bring it up I think we should discuss it. Did everyone see it? Did anyone? Did you guys see the email Kelly just sent?
No.
The one about the Adopt a Highway?
Yeah, Adopt a Highway, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so Samara, I can talk about it too. Samara sent out an email she was asking questions, I guess, to who do we contact for doing Adopt a Highway. There's WashDOT, Jeffrey Nearing got back to her on that and gave her the particulars of how we do it. She was asking specifically for Highway 9 between Market Street and wherever, basically in Frontier Village in that area. Which, by the way, they're going to be starting next week on tearing up part of it. So anyway, so she's looking at that information. She sent it out to us to show us what was involved in doing that for us to be able to get our name on the sign with our logo, et cetera, for the commission, that we're taking care of this. In a nutshell, you take care of up to 2 miles, or maybe it's a minimum of 2 miles. I have to read it again, but you have to do it 4 times a week, and one of those weeks is actually set for.
I thought it was 4 times a year.
I mean, a year. I'm sorry, a year. Thank you. I was just checking to see if you were watching me, Gail.
I'm all for the 4 times a week. I mean, it could be a full-time job for us.
Yeah, exactly. This is being recorded, right? Yeah, okay, good. I'm not remembering what the first one was. It's during Earth Day, sometime.
April.
It has to be, yeah. One of those.
We have to do one of those occurring in April because of Earth Day. That's so 4 times a year, one of them in April. So I think Samara was looking for what's our interest in doing that. And it certainly doesn't have to be just the commissioners doing it. We could get volunteers from elsewhere, such as Youth Advisory Council, which is looking for projects, and they're already doing projects like this. They've already planned them. The Youth Advisory Council is looking to get together with us and others to do projects. So,
right. The other thing I was thinking is that and I wasn't sure if this is where Samara was going, but it's an opportunity to reach out to veterans to participate, to come together and do something as a group versus, I don't know, versus us trying to find them and do things, for them.
I like it. I think it's interesting. I think it's something to do. It's a tangible thing that we can, report on and show, and it's just good all around. So I think it's great.
Yep, I'm there.
I agree.
All right.
Okay.
So maybe we can give Samara feedback to pursue.
I'll go knock on her door later. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other new business thoughts? Good. All right. We can review the upcoming agenda items then. Do we want to review newsletter that early in July? This one's not coming out.
he's going to publish before that.
Yeah. Okay, so no newsletter. Do we want to go over the commission report one more time before we present? Go over it briefly, see if there's anything new or table.
I'd be okay with leaving that up to you.
I think we've got the 1st of next month, which would give you, at the most, depending on what the dates are, a week to get it done.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. We don't need to go over that again. Do we want to make recognizing veteran businesses another item? See if we've come up with anything more, Kevin, in the meantime?
Sure. Maybe I can share the list. Debbie and I are sharing one now on the Google Drive thing, and maybe we can collaborate to get more people on the list.
Okay, so we'll keep that one. What else did we talk about? The VSO office. Do we want to have another discussion on that or wait until something comes up with that?
I will find out what I can find out before the next meeting.
Okay. So I guess we can add that. And if it's brief, it's brief.
I'd also like to add ideas on entities to bring into the job fair.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I know we're going to get some from our contact at Amazon, but there's others. I mean, we got Ace Hardware, I think, has already said they'd do it. So if you've got others that...
Has Michael's been contacted?
Not by me. I don't know anybody at Michael's.
I go there a lot, I can ask.
Thank you, because I've been there once to get frames.
I was there for the ribbon cutting, but other than that.
Okay. Okay, what else did we go over today?
I think
Should we
Debbie
bring
has her
the
own
adopt a
parking
highway?
spot there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're Debbie, not me, right?
Right.
Marcus, you're muted.
Sorry, I was gonna say, I know the Buzz Inn has been looking for people, so they looking for a lot of positions, all kinds of stuff, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to talk about the Adopt a Highway again as a group next meeting?
Yeah, we
Wednesday?
better. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Marcus, can you reach out to Buzz In?
I think that was a head.
Yeah, I will reach out to the Buzz Inn.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, do we want to go over the Mike Callahan Starbucks revisit that in July?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, by the time the next meeting hits, our vaccine clinic is probably going to be at the end of its usefulness. So you want to throw that in, see if things are still looking like it'd be worthwhile to do a later one, or just table it and be done. What are your thoughts?
I would add it if it's going to happen. If not, we'll be able to table it before then.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's all that I'm remembering from the meeting. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add in? That
I mean, can I bring up the next meeting date? So I think it's going to be a little problematic. It would be Monday, July 5th, and that is a holiday for City Hall. So we are closed.
Okay.
I would say go ahead, let's do it on Tuesday the 6th, but that conflicts with council. Thoughts about another day that week for the July meeting, or the next Monday, the 12th? Although some of the items we just talked about were for the July 13th council meeting. So that may be too late. Just gonna try to get thoughts from you on meeting date.
the only date that doesn't work for me is Thursday. That whole day is just meetings and Zooms.
Okay.
But well, we do it at 7. I would be fine in the evening. Any night that week, I think I'd be fine.
So
Well,
Wednesday, July 7th.
The 12th wouldn't be that bad. I mean, even it's the day before the meeting, that doesn't really matter. Because the only thing we're going to be, doing is that.
I'm sorry. No, I apologize. Go ahead.
The only thing we're going to be doing is the report to the council and however many businesses we can get recognized.
Okay.
That affects the council meeting. So
I was just going to say that might be a conflict for Marcus. It's the park board meeting on Monday the 12th.
Oh, yeah.
Fine for me. I'm not in park board, but I know Marcus is.
Okay.
Does Wednesday, July 7th work?
Okay with me.
Unless anyone's part of the planning commission, because I know that.
Just gonna say that.
No, we're not part of the. No, I don't think we're all. None of us are a part of that. Yeah.
Can I just check calendar real quick on city side, if we could just for a moment, make sure there's nothing else I'm missing.
That meeting will be remote, correct?
Oh.
Well, that's a good question.
I'll be in Montana, so I would have to remote in.
You'll be remote.
Yeah, we'll make sure you can definitely be remote.
Okay.
Or we could all join him in Montana.
You're more than welcome.
We could all go there.
This could be fun.
All right, let me just check one more place. Yeah, I don't see any other conflict except planning commission, but that doesn't seem to be an issue. So Wednesday, July 7th.
Okay.
Works.
Great.
Okay. We good? Anything, any last minute things that somebody thought of? Would we like to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I don't know which one to take. All right.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right.
1
Adjourn.
hour exactly. Wow. Woohoo.
Good meeting, Carmen.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice
Have a
seeing
good
all
night.
your faces.
Thanks,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
Take care. Good
Bye-bye,
night.
guys.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
You too.